Okay, we're going to take a quick look at the Kennedy Oaks from Flemington on Thursday over 2,500 metres. 3-year-old fillies Group 1. It doesn't take a superstar or a genius to work out that Aloisia is a short price favourite here, and deservedly so. The way it put Cliff's Edge to the sword last time out. But as with Oaks and early season 3-year-old fillies, weirder things have happened, and it really takes a top-class staying performance to win an Oaks, especially in this day and age when we've got so many more staying on size producing 3-year-old fillies. And that's the angle we're going to play here with Reliable Dame. We're going to nibble at it each way at the $18 and $3.50. And this is our reasoning. Okay, Reliable Dame, as we've said, is by Reliable Man. Reliable Man's the son of Dan Silly. Dan Silly is himself by Danehill out of Aloisia, and his Silly is probably one of the top-class blue hen mares of the Northern Hemisphere, getting horses the calibre of Banks Hill, and there's just so many of them that he got when nicked to Danehill, but it's just one of the strongest families Northern Hemisphere. But Reliable Man's starting to get some good early season 3-year-old fillies and that are staying a trip, and this one looks no different. Being out of a Woodman mare on the bottom half of its pedigree, we're pretty sure it will stay the trip too. Now, the run we're interested in was 2 starts ago at Ballarat, where it broke its maiden over 1,600 metres, knocking off Suppressor and Ryan's Fender. Ryan's Suppressor is a well-bred type itself, by so you think, out of Hidden Strings, and he came out next start and was beaten 2.45 by Justice Faith, and on debut was only beaten 2 lengths by Sworn Evidence. So it was a pretty good yardstick to suggest that it's going to take a decent type of horse this time of year to beat it, to break its maiden tag. Third home in the race was the Helmet colt, Ryan's Fender, who came out and broke his maiden next time out by 5.5 lengths at Benalla, knocking off Tina Turban. So that sort of franks the form to a major degree after he was beaten 2.5 by Reliable Dame. He put good margins back through the rest of the field. Proprius, Tina Turban, Ernest Credir. That's the Lucas Cranach lightly tried type that we think may develop down the track. But anyway, the 4th horse home, as we've said, or another Reliable Man youngster, improving quickly after being beaten 8.3 by Relson. 5th home in the race, another Helmet filly. Came out and broke its maiden 2 starts later. We've already sort of looked at that form line back through one of the earlier horses. The form stands up left, right and centre. And then, another line back through the 6 horse, back to Pres de Trois. This line stands up as well. Back to the likes of Beechwood, a line back to Cliff's Edge where it was only beaten 0.95 of a length. Tried in the Wakeful behind Lover where it failed. So the form's all pretty strong coming out of it. Now, the big thing with the Reliable Dame here was that was over 1,600, and it won that race coming from well off the pace and running away from him on the line. And then it was tried in the Geelong Classic and was a little bit one pace through the line when it was forced to weather with you. And it may have been a little bit flat that day on the soft 5. And here, 13 days later, up to 2,500 metres may be what it's looking for, especially after it's broken its maiden so impressively over 1,600 and it steps to 2,500 now. If we have a look at its pedigree too, there's plenty to suggest that it's got scope for plenty more too. As we said, it's out of the Woodman mare, Rosie Dane, and well, we know Woodman can get a staying quality horse, even though it's an American sire. I think he won a Kentucky Derby himself or something like that, or a Preakness or one of them. And then his second dam here is Rose of Dane. So Rose of Dane, she was a top-class mare herself. She's got plenty of good horses over the years. Back to Rose Twig, who was a Twig Moss mare. Look, it's it's a very good female line, very good female Australian family. But all in all, what we're saying is there's enough stoutness here in the top side of this one's pedigree and bottom to suggest that it will stay 2,500. If there's any chinks in Aloisia's armour, and with the scope for further improvement that this one does have, at the $18, Craig Williams on board from the Freedman Yard, $18, $3.50 the place. We're prepared to nibble at it to a minor degree. Top quality Oaks, really, at the end of the day. But if you're looking for one to nibble out on an each way perspective, Reliable Dame's the one.